Alright, I'm just gonna start. Let me know if the audio... Actually, I can't even hear my own voice. I'm turn this down a bit. Close this. Let me know if my audio is too quiet. My voice is way more raspy than usual. I could check out the drive today. I haven't done that in a while. I'll start off by checking out the drive, I guess. Wow, my voice is... Absolute death. Okay. So, how's everybody doing today? My name is Hyden. Let's get started. So right now I'm in the drive for the stuff of things that people have sent me. Concept art hasn't changed. So I guess it's 3D models. Let's go by date modified. April 13th, I guess is most recent. That's great. Wait, how is the one by Derpy Cat and the other one's Jacob? Did the person like render it out for you? Yeah, no, it is the same thing. Alright, wait, let's see what else we got. Watermill. I've seen the watermill. Yeah. Oh wait, maybe I haven't seen the watermill. I think I have though. Long story. I'm actually kind of curious. Did he like delete the photo and then he had to re-add it, or? Have I seen this? Yeah, so I've seen this. So there isn't really anything new that since the last time I looked. Like, because these are all 18th. Pretty sure we loaded these, right? I like this. I can't really bend it because there's only one. Oh well. I don't mind that. I also feel like it would never be the same size on both sides. Maybe it is. Now it looks more like an axe if I do this. Maybe that instantly looks like an axe. Oh well. And then, what's the difference between these two? One's by Derpy Cat and the other one's by Jacob. Jacob, are you also Derpy Cat? Because I thought you were Joe Bombs. Now I'm confused. Okay, I've seen this one. And then Epic Axe. Well, shit. That's very interesting. Are these, that's one object, but this is separate. Interesting. That didn't even really do anything, eh? How deep, how much can I really start to take off before I start changing the shape? Interesting. Brother's one of my YouTube channels. I didn't want it to have my name, so I changed it. Then I didn't know it changed my email. Oh, right on. Alright. I've checked all these before, so I'm not going to open them up again. I'm loving these models. They're great. Let's go to Unity here. I'm getting closer to combat, but I do need to change a couple things. Yesterday I continued to code until about like 11 p.m. which is a long time. But I didn't really get much done. It was mostly just trying to fix bugs and such. Where is it? Oh. Scene goes here. This goes up here. Okay. So I have it right now where fleeing works, and I got its equation in and everything. So if I say run into this, now you notice it made me run up to this point slightly. It didn't stop running, which is fine. So I can hit flee, and we managed to flee. And then I also just made it automatically delete this. But that's not good. We're gonna have to have like a database that stores all the creatures. But now if I say when to combat with this guy, and I tried to flee, it won't let me. Oh, interesting, it didn't run the player again. Distance. Huh. That's not good. So we have some problems, and I think a lot of the problems are because we put this script as a separate Not the inputs. The inputs are fine. I think. It's the inputs on this script, really? Hello, Mr. K. How you doing? You haven't missed too much. We're still working on combat. And we're getting a lot of weird bugs and problems that are just really starting to bother me. Cam move is supposed to equal false. And we do call this again, because this was here. And then we set cam move to be true. So wait, cam move determines my ability to go up or down and click things. Okay. So I can do that. But why didn't my player run? Where is my player running? It's on init combat. Okay, so what we need to do is say setup complete as false when we flee. Right? So gmanager dot wait, I can just call that when state equals. Okay, so if I go back to my, where's my combat manager? This one? Oh, we're already in it, of course. Tried to flee. Where's my states? Okay, so here's my state machine. When we do this, we're going to say setup is complete equals false. So basically, setup is the initial part, which is actually interesting how this is going to be false because we're in our setup as if it is complete. So, while, okay, this shouldn't be called setup is complete. This needs to be, just for my own brain, I do need to change this. So like, this should be called doing player inputs, or doing combat inputs. That makes more sense. Okay, then over in init, we need to change this and this, because this is checking. For not doing combat inputs, it moves us forward. Now, why is it moving us forward over in the init combat? I guess because we're initializing. That's fine, but it's a little bit odd. Because we have this in so many scripts. We have this, we have the combat manager, and we also have the input manager. Which is bizarre to me. I think I'm going to put all these other things in my actual combat manager. I'll call her a day. So I should now get an error. Combat manager. So this knew to go to false here. Okay, it just didn't in the other spot. Or wait. We won't need this here now because we're leaving here. Right? Where do I change my state? This says C input dot leaving combat. Leaving combat. We then say okay, move to be false. Set the state to be 0. But how does that actually change here? What did I do? Okay, well, let's see. We shouldn't be able to flee now because I turned that off. But we did. Okay. And there we go. We slid forward, as you can see. We didn't run because I haven't actually done the animations. There's a little bit of a glitch with the current animation system that's causing him to run when it's something you run into, opposed to being not moving. Go to attack panel. Excuse me. Give me a second, guys. I'm gonna go like wash my eyes. It's gonna take like 10 seconds, but it's kind of hard to see for some reason. BRB. Okay, I'm back. Hello, Silver One. How you doing today? Yeah, I kind of just woke up, so I'm struggling here. But what I do like is the fact that this init section is separate from this section here, right? Give me this constantly. If C input, however, in C input, if is setup is complete, then we don't do anything. I might move this. I might just make it a child of our combat trigger. Right, so it's all just localized. I mean, I'm gonna try it. I don't know how well this is gonna work. Let's just add the scene. Close this, close this. Let's add arenas here. Input manager. Let's attach this to our combat manager. Like so. And then combat manager. So instead of this, we can just say parent.getComponent. This dot parent. This dot, how about transform dot parent dot get component? Right. I don't think that changes anything too much. Let's save all these scenes. Then let's just have game scene and the testing room open. So we go in here. Looks like it broke something. Oh, because we did this, but instead we actually want to do transform.find input manager. I might not even need this check because of that, right? So here's what I'm thinking. I should just be able to do something like this. I mean, it's a lot of lines, but let's just see if having it on one script solves a lot of problems. Hello, Mehmet. How you doing today? Combat enter. We ran up. We did the init. Okay. Now I can click any of these. And then I can also flee. But then we got an error. Combat. Okay, we don't need to keep finding this because now that we've made it a child, we can get this once at the top. So I'm going to delete this line. Where else do we just have C input? Right here. Okay, we're going to take these two lines. Let's put these into start. Okay, let's delete it to here. Copy this. Delete this. Private combat manager C input. Okay. Let's see, now what happens? So, we're not in combat. We go in here. Boom. We get these. We can flee. We manage to flee. We go back here. Then we go into another combat. Comes down. But it then doesn't init again. Right? That's not good. So if I have it in this loop though, here we can do the init. But no, like why do we even have the init here? This should be... Okay. Our combat input manager, whatever, that's always gonna run, that's fine. But this section here should be... Oh my gosh, okay, we gotta break this down even more. So, it's not gonna be inputs state, it's gonna be inputs anim. Okay. Then when this happens, we're going to do all of this stuff. We can put this input over in our main menu script, and we can put everything else over in Combat Manager. I think it's the best way to go. So, canvas equals, we already have the canvas. You know what, let's just copy all this for now, see how many errors we get. Okay, so we go to the inputs anim, and we're going to say this. Inputs anim, enter. Do I have... I don't have canvas, combat option panel, player options. I already have MM though, so that's not needed. We don't need this because we are the... We don't need... Hello Sandbach, how are you doing today? So we need a lot of these variables, but we don't need all of them, right? Player combat menu equals player options. Okay, so we do need these though. Canvas, combat, player options. Canvas, combat, player options. Is that an anim that we need? Sure, we need these. So I'm actually going to put these just right here. We're going to call this the inputs anim stuff. State stuff. Right on. I don't think I'm pronouncing your name right, but I'm glad you're enjoying it. I should turn my phone off Wi-Fi real quick so it doesn't... There we go. Right now working on animation for combat and stuff. Or the initial animation. We don't need setup is complete or can move. We just want to... I don't want this either. We just want to say do all of this. Set up active menu options. Set up active menu options. For each I believe my main menu already has something that handles this, but I will put this in combat just because. Now we don't have active menu option. Okay, we'll start with just 0, because that just makes sense, I think. Before we cut it out here, there we go. So we've done this, we've done this. Now player inputs, what we need to do in main menu is say if we're in combat. Do we have an in combat check? If combat manager is in combat, we do. Okay. So we can take some serious. Take care, Sandbag. Thank you for joining. And hello, Meowva. How you doing today? The reason why I didn't want to put it in here is because this is already such a long goddamn system. Alright, so what we need to do is go to get button down. Okay, right here. So if it's a shop, we're going to do this. Else, we're going to say if we're in combat. So cmanager.inCombat. Then else we're going to do this. If that's the case, we're going to take this. I don't think we're going to need can't click anymore because it's only going to be here. Hello, Cryluke. How you doing today? If it's basic, we're going to need to have this one moved. I don't know. We'll see. There's quite a bit that we have to change just to get this to work here, which is kind of frustrating. We need this active menu option counter. So let's just copy all this for now. Go to main menu, put it all the way up at the top. In combat variables. Oh, we have combat menus. When do I ever call that? Oh wait, that's what I'm looking for. In combat menus. We never even call it. Great. It's good to know. We don't need a second increment timer. Okay, good. Main menu. Okay, so we can say open menu at this. Okay, so we shouldn't. This is almost functional, except for the fact that we aren't able to do this. I'm gonna actually save this and put it in main menu. This is a little bit silly to be where it is, but for combat. For each transform T in player options. Dot? Is it? No. How do I want to do this? How do I want to do this? How do I want to do this? I don't think we need this to be in my script here. What option panel? I think we put it here. I mean, it's shitty that we're doing the find a bunch of times, but that's okay. Oh, but then how do we set the state to 1? Oh my god, I'm so confused. Okay, yeah, we're gonna need, I got an idea, so we don't need all of this. Instead, we're gonna take in, transform. Ops. For combat. Hello, is that Camille? How are you doing today? Camille? I'm not sure if that's that. What have you guys been up to? Called from combat manager. No, that doesn't work because we want to call this also from when we press up or down. So instead, what we can do is make this public and just do for each NC manager dot player ops. That's probably a better option. Okay, so that'll set the colors up for when we're in combat, which is good. But we don't have any way yet to go up or down. Luca, I don't think it's the last stream because I'm going kind of slow, but... So I'm just gonna check something out for a client real quick. I'm usually live at noon Eastern every day, so tomorrow noon Eastern. Yeah, I'm gonna put a quick timer on because I gotta fix something. Sorry guys, let's just refresh this. It won't be 10 minutes, but I'm just gonna have this running for a sec.
I got trapped in your eyes the moment you looked at me. From across the room, those eyes kept following me. Something popped in my brain. Oh, baby, only you I see. Feels like I'm going insane, and only you can save me. Feels like I'm drowning in ocean's blue. Baby, come on, baby, baby, come on, let's go. I'm losing control over lights in the space. Keep jumping around, all I see is your face. Now you're moving
That's very frustrating. So I coded a production system for his company, and it was working for like 2 months perfectly. And then now all of a sudden, it's not letting me put in any entries. I think it's because using host monster, and host monster is absolute trash. Okay. Back to this. No, I've lost track. Right, so we want to actually move this timer up, down, horizontal thing to our main menu, which was its own here. So if vertical counter max is greater than 0, what we're going to want to actually do here is if cmanager.inCombat, else we're going to do all of this. I know it's not the greatest way to nest it like this. Oh, there's an else if right there though. Oh fudge. It's yes, no. Okay, never mind. We don't want it right here. If is basic, using potion, using item, or ordering. So instead, we're going to do if it's in combat, else we'll do all of these. The idea is combat's just going to run separately, but it's overlaying the rest of our scripts. It's not the greatest way to code, I don't think, but as long as you understand it, you shouldn't have a problem. And what we're going to do here is vertical, like so. Do that. And this might also break set active menu options. I want to call that over here set active menu options. That seemed to have worked, but I have an error on this one. Combat manager. Okay, so let's just see what happens. Shall we see if we get any errors, if we get any problems here. We don't need any of this anymore, so I'm actually going to comment this out just so we know, because this script's going to be deleted in a few seconds if this all works. So we go over here, we're in combat, we run, and we get an object reference not set to an instance of an object. Okay, we started the wrong code routine. Basically, we changed this to inputs anim, so this needs to go to something like this. And basically, this is going to handle. No, I think I like the old name, just inputs. It needs to be called inputs underscore state. I don't like how this is all separated, because now we're gonna have to change something. I just can't remember exactly what it's gonna be. So this comes down, those come in, and nothing gets set to active. But we are in combat. So what I want to change over here, menu inputs navigation, if menu is active. Yeah, so we don't actually want this here. What we want to do is say if cmanager dot, what state is that? If we are in current state, so cmanager, oh my gosh, dot state is equal to current state inputs. Then we're going to call menu navigation void combat menu nav. There we go. So that'll go here, and then instead of having this check, like so. We can Control X this. We can delete this. Delete one of these. It's interesting, only one thing broke there. Put this here. Delete this and this, because we know this means we are in the right state. So we can do something like this. Actually, we might still need an if statement specifically for if menu is active. We're gonna want this. So this is only gonna happen if we don't have one of those off-screen menus on, right?
Are you scared? I am you.
Interesting, we still can't do those, eh? Why can't we do those? Let's see if this ever gets called. Oh, right, because we didn't put this here. That could be it. Might not be, but it could be. Not a very active chat, eh? So sad. Okay. Set active menu options. So it's basically saying it hasn't been set up. Interesting. So in our combat system, when we're setting these up, we could actually set these up at the top. So on start, alright, so we could put these here and we could say in combat menus. Then I could take these variables and I could also put them up here, and we could say in combat menus. Now those should always be set up, right? Potentially not. Hello Jason, I didn't even know you were in chat today. How are you? Okay, so this goes, but we can't go up or down for some reason, which is not what we want. And we're in the, what state do we tell this that we want this to work on? Maybe that's why. We might have put the wrong state. We wrote the word state too often. Inputs. Let's do debug.log. We are here. Actually, you know what I could do? Let's just debug.log cmanager.state. We don't need this. Yeah, right on, Justin Films. So it's saying consistently inputs. So we are in the input state. Okay. Is the menu active? Let's look at our main menu script. Menu isn't active. Set active menu options. For each transfer, let's see if this is getting called. Debug.log. We made it here. Okay. Menu's active. I guess this should be an else. No, because menu is active needs to be separated from it, so that's fine. Goddamn silver one, goddamn. Not in combat, enter. And now it's saying we're not in combat. That's fine. That's what we are in. Then we go here. We have a we made it here. So this is being called. So maybe this is null? That doesn't make any sense. Debug.log. I also want to get rid of all these other debugs because we're getting way too many. Like this distance debug. Let's get rid of that. Okay, what are we looking for? I see player options a bunch of times. For each T in player options, okay, that makes sense. Are we changing the state when we're pressing up or down? That's what I need to find out. Debug.log. Oh, duh. I changed this to 0. I forgot. I wasn't supposed to change this to 0. This was supposed to be... Ah, shit. What's that supposed to be? Whoops. It needs to be active menu option. Okay. Wait, so we want to test this out, so we're over here, sorry. Sorry, I'm trying to code this will also help on the production system. Okay, so we can move, we just can't click yet, right? But we got it to the point where we can move again, which is good. I know it seems like we're going backwards, but it is actual progress forwards. Because we were doing this in a silly way before, and we had all these extra scripts like this one and all this extra junk. If anything, I should actually turn this all off just to make sure that none of that's happening. Excuse me. Okay, so now when we click fire 1 or 2, so we have fire 1 or 2. If it's a shop, we're going to do this. Else, if, we're going to check if we're in the inputs. Not if we're in combat, but if we have inputs. So if cmanager.state is equal to inputs, we are in combat inputs. Then we can do this. Fire 1, fire 2. Please show. I really just want to see this work, which would be nice. Comment manager does not contain a definition. That's fine. Leaving comment. What did that do? Can't move false. Ah. It was just this. So we just put that here instead. I do earn some money off YouTube. Not much. And it's going less and less because I get less and less viewers now. I did just do an ad roulette. Sorry, I didn't give you guys a warning. So clicking doesn't seem to want to do anything for me. But we are in here. So what I want to check, get button down. Okay. We are getting our input, right? So debug.log, we clicked fire 1. Else if, oh, we did this check twice for some reason. I think that's probably what's breaking it, because it's impossible to do the same button down twice. I mean, that might have worked if I did like A and X and held them both down one after another. But okay, so we're still not. Oh, you know what? I think inventory clicks are only checked. That's why. Inventory clicks aren't being checked now that we're saying way up in our update. Here, we want to do this. Inventory clicks. So it's the same as this, but it's a different inventory click now. So in reality, nah, it's okay. We'll just leave it in 2 separate spots for the time being. Where is it? Okay. We go over here. We should be able to now. Okay, so we said go to attack panel. We clicked fire 1. Please show. These aren't opening what they're supposed to open. It does say please show a bunch of times. It actually says it twice. It's not good that we're getting 2 separate please show calls, eh? And I called flee, but that did nothing. And closing did nothing. Alright, so we got some problems. Which please show is this? Okay. And then which please show is this? I think it's because fire 1 and fire 2 are separate, so maybe that's what I mean 2 separate calls. But that shouldn't be called twice. It doesn't really make sense that it is called twice. So let's. Okay, please shows at 4, weekly fire 1, go attack panels. Wait, now there's only one please show. It's weird. Oh, I get it. Now there's a new please show because it's a different button. I see, I see. But it's still increasing the other please show for some reason. That's a weird way to do it, for sure. So, excuse me. Okay, what we now need, we are getting our clicks, right, which is good. I'll leave the can click for now. So, open active menu at, toggle menu should be true, not false. And then we're going to put it at this counter and do all that. I don't know why that says false, or how that could possibly have worked being false, but okay, for some reason we're in the shop. It seems to think we're in the shop. Oh, that's why. Doy. Interesting though, how it didn't open up before with that being false. So what does that mean? What does that mean? Right, so that doesn't do anything now. But if we toggle the menu, what the fudge? Okay, toggle menu. If menu is active, not menu is active. If is shop else, do this. Okay, wait. We could probably where's the open menu at? Where is this being called? Active option +1. I don't get why that wouldn't open it, but the other way it does. Oh. But I'm listening background. I'm always listening. Always. Goddamn, Silver One. Goddamn. Why does this not work? So... debug, oops, debug.log, open the menu at, and we want to open it at active menu option, like so. Right, oh, this is all tab forward one, that's why I did that. I think if I actually look at my menu system here, so menu is active is false. Menu active is still false. It's still false. And now we're saying open menu at 1. And it knows change the current panel, but it's not setting menu active to be true. Oh, because it's calling it twice for some reason. What in the hell is causing my get button down to be called twice? It doesn't make sense. We have this and this. They're both incrementing. And because of that, like I can say menu is active right here to be true. Right? But that still might be grief causing. I don't understand what we call this fucking twice. It's bullshit. Okay, now it knows menu is active there. But it's not, I don't, okay. What is causing you to be called twice? I know. And menu is active is false. So remember, if you put an exclamation mark in front of a variable, it means false. This should mean it only gets called once. But I think what's happening is this calls it, which then goes to here and gets called again too. But that's really dumb if that's the case. I really hope it's not. There we go. So now we're here, we can choose non-mental. But that, if you notice, that automatically clicked here, right? So it is double clicking for some reason. What if I change this to up? So that means when I let go of the button, it'll do something. And it shouldn't do both things. It could also be for my ordering. I might just have to move the one part lower than the other. Potions. No, it automatically does that. Still, okay. Let's try changing the ordering then. So, leave these as down. Okay. Then, let's move this to after all of this. Holy shiz. Excuse me. And then here we'll say else if main menu is open. Okay, menu. Else if menu is active, we'll go to here. Also, we're going to do something like this. Fudge! Why is there a double call? Okay, we're gonna put it back to where it was. I got an idea. We should change the M type. Okay, come on. How many undos do I gotta do? Holy moly, it's like one letter at a time. It is one letter at a time for some reason. Oh, it went back in. Okay. So, okay. If we press something, how do we want to do this? M type equals basic. Let's change the M type to have combats. Basic, yes, no error, using item ordering, buying, counter. And we're also going to have combat menu. I really goofed on this, eh? Because I wanted the menus to be separate, and now it's really biting me in the butt because I'm trying to make them the same again. Okay. If we do fire 1 or fire 2, I'm going to comment this else if out for the time being. So, else, okay. If M type is equal to movement type dot combat menu, whoops. Then we're gonna do this, and we're gonna say return. I wonder if that's all I have to do here is just write return. Let's see. I would cry a little bit inside. Return just means cut out of the loop, right? Nope, that didn't work. Okay. So we have it like this. Now we're just going to set in the combat manager input state mm.mtype is equal combat menu. So now we're going to be in the combat menus, right? And then when we press something, we change the menu to no longer be in the combat menus. What the fudge? Okay, wait. I click this, and it says, we're back to that other error now. God damn. Okay. M type is equal to movement type dot, oops. else. Final XXX is saying use a switch. I mean, I might be able to. I have so much code here, though the problem is now, because, like, look, there's literally like 1,000 lines. That's why I'm getting confused. I just need this to not double do itself. So let's go here. It's like, it's such a simple fix. I need to find the one line and then I can move on. But I can't find it. Jesus Christ. I'm so mad. I'm so mad. Okay. Let's just rewind a bit. Here's what I can do. Equals parent dot it just doesn't make sense to me how I could go back to my combat menu being separated. I just don't like it. That's a lot of Control Zs now. But oh my god, the amount I have to undo is crazy. Okay, it's as far back as that goes. Okay, so that goes back there. Do we need these? I don't think so. Oh shit. I just broke my undo chain, I think. I don't really know. Let's go back to here. When this shit was all functional. Or at least I think it's functional. Right, so we clicked once, that works. Photo attack panel works. We can flee. We're gonna leave it. I know why I want to change it, just for my own personal, like, brain power to understand. But I guess we're gonna leave it now, because I'm going full retard. Okay, so here's how our scripts kind of function now, which is a little bit odd. Our move player, we run up to something to enter combat, and we enter the combat. Once that scene loads, it runs this init combat script, which does all this. It sets our player position, gets all of our elementals, spawns the elementals, determines if they're able to spawn, and it's going to also handle the initial animation of running in. Hello, Patrick. Then, once it's ran in, it's going to tell the combat manager that it's time to do the combat inputs. Okay? So we go to our combat manager over here, and the only reason why I wanted this all to work is because I didn't want this to be a constant loop here. I just wanted this to be here. But anyways, now, I don't know if you put these comments. We go to combat manager, and we're currently in the non-combat state, right? But because we said doing combat inputs is true, we're going to set the state to equal inputs. Make sense? I could actually just save myself some time, not do this bool, and instead just say combat manager.state is equal to combat manager dot state. Okay, but I totally messed this up. State, there we go, is equal to combat manager dot state, current state, and we'll say it's inputs. That way we don't even need an if statement. We can just easily do this, and we're going to say if we're not in inputs. So this, oops, does not equal. I keep control Zing on accident. Whoops. There we go. I can't actually do a. Cannot be played to. Why not? Oh, lol. There we go. Okay. So this is just going to say, if we're not in the input state, it technically means we're still, actually, you know what I could do? Is just say if it equals not in combat, right? Because it's easier to look at. If it equals, yeah, this is actually really smart. So if we equal not in combat, then we're going to say, alright, we need our player to move, we need to move his distance. This is the last thing in our init combat. Once the player has moved, now we say, alright, go to inputs, inputs are allowed to be done. So we go back here, we don't need this, we don't need this, and we now leave not in combat state and we go to our inputs. While we're in the input state, we're going to, well, fire this once, even though it's really dumb we have to check for this constantly, the way it's done, and it really bothers me. But anyways, we're going to check if this exists. Combat controllers, this means we just found then we're going to do the initialization. So we go over to, excuse me, this. I'm going to say if setup isn't complete, right? So it's constantly firing here. So it's just saying continually look for final X. So I can't actually make it a variable and find it once because this is happening. It's really odd. Like what I did before, like I'll show you what happens if I do it. If I set, let's get a combat input manager, and we say C input is equal to, actually it's now transform.find. So I can find it, which is fine. And we called it, what do we call it? Input manager. Get component combat input manager, right? I can find it, that's cool. However, it's not going to do this init. Maybe I can fix that now. Maybe I can fix it a different way. Let's see. So we're just going to tell it to do init once we enter this state, right? Which is what you think you'd want to do, and this happens whenever we enter this state. Okay? But we go here, we enter the state, and oh wait, I never set, maybe this is why. Maybe because no, can move. Isn't that what I'm looking for? No, I'm looking for setup complete. I see. No, the issue was it would fire once, right, and it would work. But once I left that scene and then went to another one, it wouldn't fire again. I think it's because setup complete never got set back to false. When do we call leaving combat? Not there. We call it over here somewhere, right? C input to leaving combat. Wait, I already have C input, so I can just... I already found C input. Let me do. So we're saying leave here. We managed to flee. I think it's because we don't leave this state. So I think I'm gonna just... I don't know. We'll see if this works right now, but it shouldn't. It'll work for the first one, but not the second one. So I run over here. Not in combat, enter. We run up. We can move. Then I hit flee. We've now fled. Now I try to enter combat again. And, oh, there you go, look at that. Oh, but I can't flee. I can't click anything now. Why not? I am clicking. So that's here. If player inputs can move. Let's check this. We can move, but we can't click. Can click needs to be true. Okay. Maybe this is working. The Nuke Bros is saying for Horizon 3 Hot Wheels. Oh. Forza Horizon 3 Hot Wheels dock looks amazing. I guess I can Google that real quick once I see if this works or not. So we can flee from here. Cool. Now we can go in here. We've entered combat again. And you can't run from a person. Ah, there you go. There's my error. So I get this then. Wait, what's this one? Close delay. Combat controllers. Oh, no. It's not attached to this anymore. That's why. We need to say... It's combat manager. Aha, that's the error I was getting. I was being dumb. We also need to reset the counter, the horizontal counter, once we leave. So what is my counter called? It's active menu option is going to equal 0 once we leave combat. Oh, Forza Horizon 3 Hot Wheels DLC looks amazing. I see what you're saying. Managed to flee. Alright, now we go over here. Whoop. Cannot flee from a person. We got this open. Oh my god, it's working beautifully. Oh. I'm just not even going to touch it. So that's good. The problem we have with the production system just all of a sudden went away. It's really fucking weird that it happened though. I don't like that. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with this functionality. We can't run from a person, it's all working. We now no longer loop through, which is my biggest pet peeve. The only reason I was getting rid of this, I'm going to close this for a second and reopen it. The only reason I was getting rid of that whole script was because I didn't want to have to loop infinitely. But this works, so it's good. It's kind of been hacked through to work, but hey! Doesn't matter, right? Doesn't matter. Oh, I guess I should look up that Forza Horizon 3 Hot Wheels. Sorry, I'm definitely a Gran Turismo fanboy. Not because of the reason that you'd expect, though. This is actually a thing. That's great. Oh, that's actually great. I'm only a fanboy to Gran Turismo just because I had the first Gran Turismo. And there was a truck in Gran Turismo 1. I don't remember what truck it was. There weren't many vehicles. It was like a hillbilly truck, too. Let's see, is it this one? No. No, okay, Gran Turismo 1 trucks. And it was absolutely terrible, and I fucking loved it. And it had like no turning, but it was all acceleration, so I would like race my dad when I was a kid. And he would beat me in like a little Honda van of some kind. Yeah, it was like this. No, that's not it. That wasn't. No. But maybe I'm just getting it wrong because it says 325 plus 6,494 cc's. And that does look like the most rugged of them, right? Let's look at it in game, shall we? And I say, could have sworn the vehicle was more like this, but I don't know. Okay. So that was a big pain in the butt. We didn't really accomplish anything. It's already been like an hour and a half. I'm going to do another round of ad roulette so you guys know the rules. If you get stuck with the ad, let us know what it is in chat. And drum roll, please. I feel like one person might get an ad. Just one. This cough is going to be the death of me. Okay. Set up combat input actions. Do we ever call this? Set up combat input actions. Combat confirm actions equals CC actions. What does that mean? If it's a person, set up the combat actions to be normal, or we're going to set the action to be flee. Oh, right. I get it. Where is that though? I'm in trigger. Whoops. Where's combat manager? Right here. Because if it's flee, then we're going to be saying like, hey, fled. Or stuff like that. Okay, that makes sense. That's fine. Yes, not a menu. This was such a hack in our own code just to get this to work. So I'm really not too happy with that. And I want to move on with the inputs before I forget. So I'm going to skip the animations for now. And you'll notice because of that, I guess nobody got an ad. It's sad. Because of that, if I run here, he'll be running always, but the other spot he won't be running. I mean, I guess I could change it. Excuse me. No, I'm gonna ignore it. I'm gonna ignore it for now. Doesn't even bother me. We'll do animations later. I'll put that in my little drive. Can add another hour and a half to this, so 21.5. Handle combat animations, and the player needs to have animations. I mean, there's so many little tweaks I need to do to get this to work still, like the creatures need to be spawned in the correct scene. Based on where they're spawning, they need to move over more. Final X is asking, am I doing movement on the image controller with vertical and horizontal? I'm actually not. I'm doing it with the math of the two and getting the run speed anim from it. That way, based on this, he'll do certain thing. And I don't want them to be 0, right? Because I want it so the player runs into the scene. So if you look, here, we'll have the... I'll press play for a second. I'll move this over. If you watch the scene, you'll notice the player sort of runs in. It's minute, but it's still worth it. So if I'm running. Alright, so I'm going to spawn my right spot, and you see him run slowly, and then the camera comes in. So he runs up, this camera comes down. I want the player then to cast an animation saying he's spawning the elementals, right? Because the creatures need to spawn. So I do need to handle those animations. And I don't really have any animations for this. And the spawning needs to change based on that. But I'm going to just do the next part of attack, because that way it gets most of my menus out of the way. No, I need to change the spawning to be appropriate. So if we go to our scene, save. Okay. So in our init manager spawn points, and we go to player elementals, what we're going to actually want to do, where's my little cube for reference? Okay. I don't think it crashed, did it? That would suck. Hope it didn't. So we have it so player 1's here, and then 2 is down here, and 3 is up there. I don't actually like that. What I'm going to do, I have this at 10. By default, it's going to be like this. They're going to go down. Okay. Then we'll do the same thing here, so we'll put this to 10. Okay. This is actually going the wrong way. This should be going upwards. But that's kind of fine, I suppose. Or it's not. Yeah, we'll do it backwards. -5, and this one's -10. Okay. So then, based on how many are spawning, this is going to move up 2.5. 2.5. Right, so let's just change that now. So that happens in our init combat. Okay, so first we're going to say move spawn points. Move spawn points. Okay, that's going to be the first thing we're going to do. We're going to call this player to transform spawn points equals this. So it's going to be here. Spawn enemy people prefabs. Yeah, that's fine. Actually, this can only spawn one person right now, which is a little bit of a glitch, but finally, so I'm not sure what you're referring to with the give them a gizmo part. Alright, so we're going to call this here debug.log. Actually, we don't need to debug it. We know it's working. I always put a debug to make sure my classes, methods, functions, whatever are being called. I got a cough. Give me a second. Okay. I gotta send a message off to the production person. Okay. Why did I call it mode spawn points? I think I noticed. Okay. Move spawn points. So, what we need to do is figure out what type we are. So, we called this somewhere. If it's person, so it's in comment manager dot what? Dot what? Number of people equals any people to prefab. Oh, actually, I did get enough. So people do spawn behind them. I'm just going crazy. Right? So there should be 2 people in that double battle. Whoops, I'm in the wrong scene. Whatever. Okay. So let's create an int, or a float maybe, and we're going to call this move amount, and it's going to equal the combat manager number, not number of flee attempts, list of enemies, combat amount, so we're going to take a float of this +1. Actually, we don't even need to do +1. Move modifier. Modifier, and this is supposed to be C amount. What the hell do we call it? Combat amount. There we go. Okay, now we need to then say on our player end pause. Just do right click on what you want to select for and select all. But for what though? What's the purpose of the command? So it's hard for me to remember because like, oh, my stream is just lagging, eh? Stream died.